All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Michael Charles, and welcome to iLive, Life on Purpose. My name is Michael Charles from leadingwithintent.com. I teach you and others to live with intention and master the essentials of life, money, and relationships. And if you are looking to elevate your level of awareness and operate at a higher level of performance in both your personal and professional life, then you're in the right place. Hang on and let's take this journey together with me as your guide. So, for today's session, I'd like to introduce you to my friend, my brother, and my sister from here, right here in New York. Last week we had a guest from Florida. Today we have our guest right here in New York. Actually, I don't know why I keep saying New York. You guys no longer live in New York. But it feels like you do. So, my friend, good friend, Michel-Ange Joseph and Sister Annie Joseph. Today our topic is very special. Again, for the month of December, we're covering the topic of relationships. And as founder of Healthy Marriage Academy, I thought it fitting to invite them to share some thoughts and some ideas and some tips with you about relationships. Not just any kind of relationships, a man and a woman kind of relationships. People who are dating, people who are married, they have some great tips for you. He's a certified counselor, so he has some great tips I think you'll find very interesting. And so today our topic is don't let your eyes fool you, right? Finding and growing with your soulmate. And I can't wait to hear what my friend has to say about this as we get started today. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce everyone, all of you watching, depending on no matter where you're joining us from, I'd like to introduce you to my friend, my brother and sister, Michel-Ange and Annie. Welcome to iLive. How are you guys doing?
Thank you for having us.
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. So
it is so good to be here.
I'm so excited and cannot wait to actually hear what you guys have to offer and what you guys have to say to our audience today. So before we do that, though, I'd like to ask you to introduce yourself. Share a little bit about you, maybe how you two met. People always love a love story, right? We're talking about relationships.
Yeah.
Tell us something about you before we dive into our topic for today.
All right. I want to say hi to everyone. It depends on where you are, maybe morning or night. But my name is Michael Joseph, and I'm here with my wonderful wife, Annie. We met in 1998, and 2.5 years after, we just tied a knot. And I met her in church. She was the most distinguished girl in the church. I was looking for someone so
the most distinguished girl in the church.
Oh yes.
I love that.
I'll take it.
Yes. We married in 2000, and God blessed us with 4 wonderful and beautiful children. And we are the fathers. Academy we built on building relationships. That's what we do, because we're so happy to see when couples are happy, because marriage is all about love, and there's no way to be in marriage and unhappy. They don't get together. Marriage means happiness. And
awesome.
Thank you for having us, Michael.
Oh wow, awesome! I mean, I'm glad you're here, and as I said, I can't wait to hear what you're going to be sharing. And a lot of people will hear the last statement you just made and said, I don't know about that. So you're going to have to unpack that for our viewers today. Marriage is happiness. I mean,
Yes.
we're going to dive into the topic, but I want you to talk a little bit about that. Why do you say that?
Okay, the reason why I say marriage is happiness, because you have your entire life to choose out of 1 million girls or men, the one you like the most, the one you love the most, and nobody give you pressure. They give you time to do this. So out of 1 million other people, the one you choose should be the one that make your heart happiest. There's no way around that. If I choose her over any girl that I know, so she should be the one making me happy. If I choose her, there is no
Awesome.
way to choose someone who's not gonna make your heart happy.
Wow, there is so much we could go and unpack here, but
Yes.
I know I don't want to get into that. Maybe you'll get into that a little bit more later. But
Yes.
you know, our topic for the day is don't let your eyes fool you, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with this happiness aspect that you're talking about. So, why that topic? Why is that? You know, this the topic you want to share about today? Don't let your eyes fool you.
Don't let your eyes fool you. There is so much thing that your eyes can tell you. There is so much things that your eyes can show you. But it's up to you to know what you're looking for. You're not letting your eyes choose for you. As men and women, we have to have our goal. We have to have our plan. What type of person we're going to share our life with. This is something big. Marriage is something big. You're going to share your entire life with somebody. You have to make sure you know what you want. First, you have to write it down. How do you want your kids to be raised? What type of relationship you want to have? The family. How you want your family to be? From now, you're gonna see. Okay, let's. This is how you're gonna pick someone, because the life you're gonna have it's gonna be a production of you and your wife. The kids you're gonna have gonna be the production, a double copy of you and your wife. That's when you have to settle down before you before you go out there and start looking. You have to know who you're looking for. If you don't know who you're looking for, you're gonna let your eyes pick for you. You're gonna pick the wrong one, because eyes can see. We have eyes, we see things. But is that really what I'm looking for? There are people, nice people out there, good looking people out there, but is that what I really need from the bottom of my heart or inside my mind? Is that what I'm looking for? When me and Annie met, she knew what type of man she was looking for. It's not just what she sees or what I see in her, but I know I needed a reserved woman, very quiet, very reserved, very moderate. That's why I picked her, not just because she was beautiful like you see her today. You
Yeah.
have to have your mind settled. And don't let your eyes speak anybody. This is not how it works.
Wow. 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 Okay. So don't let your eyes wander and guide you. Now, I think you said to write down some key, what you call it, some 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 of the qualities that you want, right?
Yes.
So then what do I write down? What do I write down?
Listen, let's touch that very quickly. There is something called chemistry. Chemistry is something like, let me go over that sentence. NRE. NRE stands for New Relationship Energy. Any new relationship you start, you feel so excited. You have so much energy for that person. You cannot wait to call. You cannot wait to text. You cannot wait to see her. This is a chemistry. This doesn't mean that you love that person, but because it's a new relationship, you're so excited for that person. That person may not be the one you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. If you based on chemistry to choose someone, You choose it real very you're not in the right path because chemistry won't last 18 to 24 months. Then it's gonna go back, go down.
Now, what about those people who, they marry for they think they should be married for chemistry? I know you said it won't last, but if it doesn't like that last that long, and some people go beyond that time frame, they know they felt right for each other at a certain point, but then at some point they don't feel that anymore. What would you tell those people?
That's the problem. This is the problem. If you feel good about somebody in 18 and after 24 months, let's say you have a child and all the attention of your wife goes towards the child, and you become lonely in the house. No time for you, no nothing for you. It's just all the energy go towards the baby from your wife, and you become like a total stranger in the house. No chemistry. Love gonna make you stay, because if you love that person, love gonna keep you there, even if she turn all the attention to the baby. Love gonna make you stay there because you didn't build on chemistry. Don't forget, don't mix up love and chemistry. Love stay forever. Chemistry not gonna stay for too long around.
Now, some people say, when I don't feel that chemistry, that means the love is gone. What, I mean,
Yes.
where did that come from, and how can somebody who's been committed to each other for so long, and then for some reason something happened, and life happens, right? We know in marriage life happens, and
Yes.
somehow that chemistry may not be there for that period of time, and then in that moment they say, well, I shouldn't be in that marriage anymore. Why would you? This is one of the big things. I know we're gonna talk more about how before you get to that marriage, but I'm sorry, this chemistry
Yeah.
thing is very big, and it's even before you get married, right? When you're
Yes.
dating, you feel that, and then maybe you get engaged, and then you may not feel it the same way anymore. The intensity may not be there because you talk about like new relationship energy, right? So go ahead, tell us more about that.
Listen, there is okay. Let's hold on to chemistry a little bit. Let's go over compatibility,
Okay.
because if we sit on chemistry, compatibility. When you're compatible with somebody, it's hard for you to let go, because you become like uh you become, look at my head. You become like this. You fit each other with no pen. You hear me?
Hmm.
You fit
Yeah.
each other with no pen. It's not a pen to be around Ali, because we're so compatible and we so blend together. It's not a pen for us to be together. But some people get a little bit confused about compatibility. They're looking for somebody exactly like Michael Joseph, who likes everything Michael Joseph likes, who hates everything Michael Joseph hates. This person, you're gonna have to call the creator to create someone like this for you. You're not gonna find somebody who will like the same thing you like, the same color you like, doing the same habits you like. Nowhere in the world you're gonna find somebody like this. Compatibility is, to me, at HMA, this is how we teach it. I like outdoor. My life is an indoor. I'm giving you a real example. I'm an outdoor guy. I have my motorcycles and I do my grass. I bike. I do all sort of outdoor activity. Not for my wife. She's always indoor, fixing everything. But this doesn't bother her. She's okay with me hanging out in the backyard, driving my motorcycle around. But if this bothering her, that's me. We're not compatible in that specific aspect. But if she's okay with that, letting me outside wild and she's inside, and then when it's time for me to get in, we just do whatever we have to do together. If that doesn't bother her, this is compatibility, and we are two different persons. I'm out. But if she said, Mike, I don't like when you outside like that. you have to be inside with me, and I don't like to be inside. This is we're not gonna click in that aspect because I like to be outside, but she doesn't want trust me enough to be outside. This is a problem. Like me, naturally, I like to be outside. If my wife changed to don't trust me to be outside, this is gonna be a big problem in my relationship, man.
Now,
So
I want to hear what your wife has to say about that one.
Well, Michael, again, thank you for having us. There's something called in a relationship wholeness.
Mm.
We can say singleness, but it is very important. You are a whole person before you meet someone to be in your life. So by knowing that you are whole, your mate is whole, so you two become together and you become one. So when I am a whole person, I now have to have my husband for me to have joy, to be satisfied,
Mm.
because I already love myself, I already know who I am, I'm already satisfied. So I met him who's already satisfied with himself, love himself so much that he's ready to share himself with me.
Mm.
So in a relationship like that, that's why when he said happiness in a marriage, that's where this comes from.
Mm.
But now, let's say for example, I am a full, I am a cup of water, well full, right?
Mhm.
And he's halfway full, and we met together. So when we mix those two, one of the cup gonna be like empty, right? Because he's draining from me. Now let's say I'm half, he's half, right? Way full of a cup.
Yeah.
So when we pour together, one of the cup gonna be empty.
Mm.
So he's gonna say, "But wait a minute, honey, I'm empty now." So he take back from me, and so back and forth, and this is how sometimes you find in a relationship problems because the two person they are not whole.
Mm.
They are not single. You were created to be single at all time, whether you are married or not. Single doesn't mean alone. God said to Adam, "It is not good for you to be alone."
On. Yeah.
But he was single. So I am single, although I'm married. He is single, and the two of us, we are one. And like that, our marriage is flowing.
Wow.
Everything is good.
I love wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is one of the things that happens a lot. Some people they think, well, I need to have this person for me to be happy. I need to have that person for me to feel whole. And it is such a danger when going into new relationships. And I know there may be some people who are getting into new relationships or who are already in relationships who have that kind of mindset. So if and I appreciate that you share this. If you go into that relationship without you being whole, without loving yourself, without feeling that, okay, I'm happy, I'm joyful, not because I have this person in my life. I'm happy and joyful, but then I'm sharing my joy in my life with this other person. Then
Yes.
that's where you start having these problem of people going apart as opposed to people going together. I love that. I love that.
this is exactly how it is.
Okay, so let's talk about. I know earlier you started talking about looking when you just started to look and make a list in terms of what you look for into in someone. I mean, there may be some people who are just starting relationships. Sister Annie, I mean, wow. Being whole, right? That's one. What is one more thing? Maybe one more tip you could share with them in terms of, hey, what to watch out for as they get into new relationships.
Okay, listen. Let's talk about trust.
Yeah.
If from the beginning you never trust that person enough in nothing, or you always doubt that you have a doubt that's following you from day one, Because you see, trust. Once you don't trust someone, you cannot grow
Wow.
a wonderful relationship with that person. Because we're always gonna have a question mark. Ah, is that person gonna do this to me when I'm not there? Trust. You have to
Yep.
start with that from beginning. You have to see in that person that someone you can trust. Someone you can trust his words. Someone you can give your heart to. Because look, married somebody is to share your life with. With you're not gonna hide anything. From A to Z. You share everything. There's no hiding.
Yeah.
And this is where you're gonna grow a serious relationship. Trust. If you miss this, every area in the relationship will have problem.
Yeah.
Because
No.
once you trust someone, this is if you and then when you trust someone, you will feel it, Mike.
Yeah.
You will feel it from the beginning.
Awesome.
You will
Awesome.
feel it. And then what I want to add is looking for somebody is like on a female perspective. The man can say whatever he wants to win you. A man, a gentleman who's trying to win a heart, he could say whatever he wants to win that heart.
Okay.
But the girl have to make sure the words are true. Because I might say anything to win Annie, but am I that person really? What am I saying? Is it to win her heart or is it really truth? Because people give people talks.
So, how does she go about finding out whether you are truly speaking your heart and who you are, as opposed to just putting up a facade? Because a lot of relationship breaks because what the person thought they were having, or the person they thought they had in their hands going into that relationship. Once things got serious, they realized no, this person is not the same. And unfortunately, for some, that happens after marriage and after they have a kid, and things start getting complicated. And for some, it happens later in the relationship. So, how do you know early on that this person you're with is actually true and not hiding their true selves?
Okay, you see, words is heavy. If I tell you something, do not just enjoy what I told you. Write it somewhere in your heart, and then check the weight. Tomorrow, am I gonna say the same exact thing to you, or am I gonna switch a little bit? In 4 days, if I question you on what you told me today, are you gonna tell me the same thing? Watch over that. In a month, I'm gonna come back with what you told me last month to see if there is some truth there, because truth never changes. But when you lie, you always have to come back with another lie story to back up the first one. You're gonna come back with a third lie story to back up the second one, and that's how you're gonna pile up lies on lies, and then that person gonna be two different things. What he's saying and his action. And investigation, you have to investigate.
What do you mean? Why are you investigating me? We're dating. What's going on?
Okay, but you're trying to win. Okay, let me speak in a female perspective.
Before we go into that very quickly, if anybody has question, feel free to type it in the chat box, and we can, we'll take a couple questions here before we end tonight. But go ahead.
Don't worry. The man is doing whatever he can to win a woman. Investigate his words. If it's the person he said he is he really that person? Ask a friend of him. Ask a friend of him. He said he's this type of person. Is that really true? I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this guy. Oh yeah, this guy. What he said to you. This is how I know him. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, I know this guy for 15 years. What you say is just describing him. This is plus. But
the guy that say I don't know, you might be.
I don't know about that. Michael Charles says he works blah blah blah. I don't know. I never see him works in that building. Yeah, because If I want you to have a big impression of me, I could tell you impression of me. I could tell you that I work in Wall Street, Michael. That's where I work. And I said, what? Where are you now? I'm in Long Island now. But you told me you work in Wall Street. Wall Street is not in Long Island. You should be in the city now.
Yeah.
Those things you have to make sure the words they match the person. Don't just take words. Take it. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you is a word, but love is action.
Yeah.
Love is action. Is respect. Show respect. Another word. You will always want respect from your partner. You don't want to play with trust. You don't play with respect. There are things that you don't play with them in a relationship. When they come up, you have got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful. This guy disrespect people a lot. I might be the next victim. Yes, he disrespect people a lot.
Yeah.
I might be the next victim. This guy lie a lot. I might be the next victim. You know.
So what about, Sister Annie? What about from the lady's perspective, from the girl's perspective? What should they be watching out for, so they don't get into a relationship that spells trouble? That turns out to be a lot of trouble for them later.
Well, you have to know what you want. And who you are, most of the time, that's who you are attracted by. That's
Could you repeat that again?
Who you are, that's who you're gonna attract.
Who you are is who you attract.
Yeah. So most of the time you'll find a good, well people hanging out with the wrong crowd. But if you know who you are, if you know what you want, you're gonna make sure. And if you're looking for a mate, you're gonna make sure that you on the right. You choose your club. And so to come back to the wholeness that I was talking about, you will find the person, if you see someone like who say that I was looking for you, before I met you, I was nothing, you have to run away. What do you mean you were nothing before you met me? You were supposed to be something. Because I'm gonna be here to help you. And if you don't have nothing to do, if you don't have a goal, what am I gonna do with you? So we have to be clear and know really what we want, and do not rush to be in a relationship, because sadly we find that the most person now who are the loneliest person on earth now are the married people. Why? Because they aren't ready. They wanted to have a mate, they wanted to have a companion, but they weren't ready. So you have to be ready. So what the stage, the single, when you are unmarried, this is a stage to cherish. When you are unmarried, this is a stage to cherish, to learn, to look, to appreciate. When you become, because if you are, let's say you are a joyful person, you're a happy person, that's what you're gonna bring in the relationship that you're looking for. But if you are now unmarried and you are angry, you are like loud, you are, oh my God, that's what you're gonna bring in that relationship too.
Yeah.
And there will be no wonder if this relationship would work.
Because you bring so much negative energy to that relationship.
Unless they find somebody who can handle that negative energy.
This person have to push double to keep him positive for himself and positive for the
yeah, absolutely. Wow. Yeah. That is so important though. That is so important. Anything else you want to share? Because I think there's a question here. So anything else you want to share before I go to the question?
Yeah, for married couple, I would suggest them to always keep the relationship exciting, like the first day you met each other. So I like very clean women, and but you see how my wife is clean looking, nice, I'm gonna have her like this until we're 70, 80 years old. Because
Amen.
this is one of the things that attract me to her. She's clean and neat and look precious. So after 4 children, she's still like that. But if she let go, that might make me a little bit like that. Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Always thank each other for even the little things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always thank each other. Always appreciate each other. The restaurant where you used to go when you were dating, go to that same restaurant to bring some memory. We go over our album, the picture I used to send to her when we first met. I still have those pictures. Sometimes we sit and look at those pictures. The picture that I picked from her album to send to my mom before my mom met her. I picked a few nice pictures from her album and sent to my mom. Those pictures are still there. I can look at her when she was like first met. When I look at those pictures, make me. There is a soap that when I go to her house, there is a soap that she used to have at her bathroom when I wash my hands. That soap is the Amway soap. She always buy that soap just to make me smell back in the day. Seriously.
Wow.
Seriously. Things like that. Perfect.
And that was a long time ago.
A long time ago. We married for 20 years, my friend.
Wow.
I can still smell 20 years back when we first met.
Guys, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat bags. We're having a good time here with my dear friend. Go ahead.
People maintain the intimacy outside of the bedroom as well. I know some men, wifey can say anything in the bedroom, they're not gonna be upset. They happy with anything wifey wifey does in the bedroom because they have something that they need. But outside the bedroom, they're so nasty and grumpy. You have to be that same person you be in the bedroom. You got me, right, Mike?
Yeah, I got you.
Yes. The same respect you give wife in the bedroom, give it outside too.
Nice.
Yeah. In the bedroom, you like an angel. Be that angel out there too, you know? you need something, you know how to talk. Be that person out there too. Yeah.
Now, there's a question. I know you may have a couple more things to share, but this one is a good question. Let me see if I can maybe get it on the screen for our viewers to see. I don't know if everybody can see it, but it says, how would you advise someone to check to make sure that your partner is not abusive?
You know what love means. Anything that relates to love, you know it, right? If something look like love, but it look like there's something different about that love that is painful, because you have to know when somebody is abusing you. As a person who know what loves means, if you know what love means, when somebody trying to abuse that love, because love is protection. If somebody's trying to abuse you, you have to be able to understand, is he protecting me or is he abusing me? Is he loving me or abusing me? This is something that I really don't like. Abuse each other. I don't like that. I don't like that. But you have to be able to know if there is love in that. If I ask my wife to stay home, I don't want you to go out. But why do I have to stay home? I want you to stay home. Whatever you were gonna do outside, I'm gonna do it for you outside for the risk of coronavirus. Okay, that's not abusing her. Because I am gonna do what you are supposed to do just to protect you from coronavirus. But if anytime my wife wanna go out, I always say to her to stay. I'm abusing her. Because I don't have any reason why I want her to stay in.
Now, what about physical abuse? How do you know somebody might have a tendency for this physical abuse?
Let me say that to you. If I have the power, let me tell you how serious I take physical abuse. If I have the power, any man who put hands on a woman, I will lock you right away. I will put I will lock you right away. Because there is a million other way to avoid putting your hands on a female.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes,
Now,
I tell you.
you know, the one thing you should be, I mean, you and I, we have had several conversations around these,
Yeah,
but one other
go
thing
ahead.
you had mentioned, when two people are dating, and you know, you mentioned this, and you said before you get married, you find a way to get your significant other as upset as they could possibly get, and see how they behave.
Yeah, yeah, this is
Because
the
their reaction as they, you know, as they get really upset will be telling in terms of how they'll treat you and how they'll you know, they'll behave with you when you actually married in the home together. And I think, and I don't know if I'm actually saying it the right way, but I
yeah.
think you actually mentioned that to me. So you do
Okay.
have emotional abuse as well as physical abuse, and so we wanted to touch on both of those.
Okay.
Well, let me say something about that. I think you will feel that. You'll know in a relationship if the other person will be abusing or not. The thing is, we are so desperate as women now to get married
We're
that
not
we say,
whole.
no,
Mm.
we say, we gotta change him. Let me tell you, sister, you cannot change him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
will not change him. The person you get to the altar, don't think you're gonna change him
Mm.
when we leave the altar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you bring to the altar a lazy man, when you get home, when you take him home, he's gonna be a lazy man. Not you cannot change him. So there are some signs we got while we're dating, but we just deny them.
Yeah, I agree. I remember one time I was speaking to somebody. I said, if you like someone physically because of the way they look, but you think you going into the relationship thinking that you can change their personality or something about them that you really don't like, thinking, well, I love everything else, but I'm gonna try and change her, thinking that you're gonna have a long-term relationship, it's just not gonna work. And if you actually make it past being engaged to being married, you're going to have a miserable life. Because as you said,
Yes.
I don't think anyone can change anybody.
No,
No.
no.
If they're changed, they have to change for themselves.
Yes.
Yes.
And they have to recognize you can change only
Yes.
if you recognize that there's a need for change.
Yes.
Yeah,
First, you have to
And what can
recognize it.
change you? Only the word of God can change you.
yeah,
No one has this
yourself.
power to change someone.
yeah,
No.
yeah,
You have to recognize that there's this area in my life that needs change.
yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah. But Mike, to go back
Yeah.
to what you were about to say. Everybody have a
Actually, somebody put a comment. I want to share it with everybody. Testing to a limit is super important. We try clothing out before we purchase. More so the reason to test a person's character. I love this.
I like it. I like it. Listen, Mike.
Yeah,
Everybody have a. You see, when the sun project on the earth, right?
yeah,
That face of the earth is so bright and clean and shiny.
yeah,
But don't forget, the other side is dark.
Yeah.
Okay? This is how we are. We have a face when we're good people face. But we are sometimes you might meet my bad side. Something might happen during the day and I become like not too bright as where the sun shining. Because
Yeah.
in relationship, you have to see the face where when my wife is so happy and the face where she's so mad. Because I want to know when she's mad if she flipped the china or if she punched the wall. So I can be careful so I never push her the point that she'll flip the china.
yeah,
I don't want to see her face just when she's happy. And how about the other face when she's angry?
yeah,
I have to know that too. In relationship, if you never see the other side of your partner, try your very best. Be careful, okay? Try, but try your very best to know when that person is happy, what type of reaction, what did he do when he's upset.
Yeah, yeah,
You have to know that because you're gonna
absolutely.
share your life with that person.
Absolutely. Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And for those of you who are on, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you get notified when we go live. Today we're having a conversation with my friend, Brother Michelange and Sister Annie, two very good friends of mine. So if you don't know that already, actually they have an event coming up in just about a week, right?
Yes.
Healthy Marriage Academy, as you know, they are the founder of Healthy Marriage Academy, and they've put together different events for couples to help them be better couples, grow together as opposed to growing apart. And if you are getting into a relationship, you engage. They provide services for people who are just getting into relationships so they can help guide you. Or if you want to get into a relationship, you don't know what to do, you don't know what, I'm sure he has something that can help you as well. So why don't you tell them about this event you have coming up in about a week? Next week, not this weekend, but the following weekend.
Yes, that will be Friday 18 and Saturday 19. Friday 18,
Yes.
7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday morning 11 to 3 and Saturday night 7 to 10. But the most important thing is the theme.
Yes,
the
what's
theme
the theme?
will be harmony in the household. Because listen, politically, socially, business, you can never get to something serious without getting together.
Harmony.
Yes, harmony. Unity. Sit together and talk. You will never get something serious without being united.
Yeah.
See, harmony.
Not seemingly united, but actually united.
Yes.
Because some people seem united, but they cannot achieve anything. They can't get anything done together because they're not united. They're not in harmony.
Yes. The house. So the foundation of a solid marriage is harmony.
Yeah.
Because when you're in harmony, of course there is disagreement and agreement. So of course, yes. But when you deal with that in harmony, disagreement won't be a problem.
Wow.
Because we're going to sit in harmony to find the solution. We are a team. We're not fighting against each other's perspective or ideas. I'm not fighting to be the winner. We're going to be the winner together.
Yes. Absolutely.
I cannot. It's a team. We have to win it together, my friend. I know some men say, "Oh, I'm going to show her that I'm how strong I am. I will never say sorry. You know, I'm going to teach her that I'm a man. You know, you're a man. Don't forget, we just won."
Yeah. So how can someone get information about this coming event?
This coming event, we're going to stream it on Zoom, on YouTube, through Healthy Marriage Academy. We will be sharing the links by Saturday or Sunday. If you look on Instagram, Healthy Marriage Academy, on YouTube channel, Healthy Marriage Academy, you will find us, and we will have a couple of men speakers, and you will never regret it participating in that event. And I'm telling you, you'll find something that will be helpful for your relationship.
I can't wait. I can't wait, and I'm really looking forward to it. So you can follow them on Instagram at Healthy Marriage Academy, and also YouTube Healthy Marriage Academy. I believe you have a Facebook page as well.
Yes,
Healthy Marriage Academy. So you get it, folks. You heard it here. Join us as we're going to learn how to be, work in harmony together to essentially build together and be successful together. So any last words of advice? Let's start with Sister Annie for the ladies watching.
I'll say know what you want. Know who you are. Don't be desperate. Prepare yourself while you're still unmarried. Project that life that you want to have. Let him win you. let him come to you. Do not, bring yourself to him, but let him come. Let him search for you while you preparing yourself. And this is how you'll know that he's ready for you.
Wow. Be ready
Yeah.
before he gets to you, right?
Yeah.
That wholesome person.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I love that. All right, brother. What's your last words for us?
All right, I will say to all the married men to be the man of the relationship. Make sure you protect. You're the protector. You're the provider. You the man in the house. Be that man. Okay, be that man. Protect your wife. Watch your words. Watch what you're saying. And you see, I always have my wife on my left. Michael said, Daddy, why you always have to have mommy on your left? Tell me a reason why. I said, I'm gonna give you a reason, okay? This left hand here to protect her, and I'm gonna fight with my right hand. If I put her here, I won't be able to fight. She's gonna be protected by my left hand and my right hand to fight whatever comes against her. So be that man in a relationship. Protect
I love that.
marriage. Protect marriage. Protect your wife. Protect the children. Be the man. Stop destroying relationships. Stop being the one that they always have to complain. You're a man. You're not a baby anymore. You're a man. You're a responsible man. Be that man in the relationship. Yes.
Wow.
Be that man.
I love that. I love that. Wow. So, with that, I am going to say thank you. Thank you so much, my friends, Michel-Ange and Annie. I'm so happy that you were able to come on and share some things with us, some tips and some ideas with us, and spend some time with us today. I really appreciate that. So thank you. And for everybody watching, I hope you got value out of what's been shared today. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we go live. We meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And this month is regarding relationship. Next month, we'll be talking about intentional living, which is what iLive really stands for. Intentional living, right? Living intentionally. And that's mastering the essentials of life, money, and relationships. So next month, January, we'll be talking more about intentional living, but we still have a couple more sessions in December, and I'll be talking about some more relationship aspect. And who knows, you might see me and my wife coming up sometimes before the year is over. So stay tuned. And so if you're struggling with relationships, leading yourself and others with intention, living life on purpose, really, or you simply looking for a way to grow yourself beyond your current capacity so you can become more, do more, and have more in your life. Again, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified once we go live. And also for those of you who are growth fanatic, you can head over to my website leadingwithintent.com to get a free gift that I have for you. Again, the website is leadingwithintent.com. It's a free gift that I have for you to help you learn and grow on your journey of discovery and becoming. So you can also follow me on Instagram at michaelcharles_icoach, and also on Facebook, Leading with Intent, for daily inspiration. Until next time, honor your fire.
I don't have to party to have fun, you see. I got different hobbies, and that's all I need. Some say life is boring, but I disagree. I wake up and live my dream. Someday soon, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it. Ooh, everyone who didn't believe it